Hello basketball fans, Angry Old Hoops here. Today we're going to talk about the difference between being bailed out or a teammate just doing what your teammate was supposed to do. And these days it's hard not to have all that wrapped up with the inaccuracy of sports journalism.
You know what it is. You looked up through the top of your eye. You know who got it.
Because that's why we're talking today. I was watching what was supposed to be a video about Skip and Shannon talking about Luka, and instead they started talking about LeBron and MJ. And look, just even if you have to stop talking about MJ, stop talking about LeBron, stop talking about players that the topic isn't about. Can these guys ever not talk about LeBron? But I'm digressing. This is not what the video is supposed to be about. Here's the real meat of the video. It is the difference between getting bailed out and a teammate hitting a shot. Because Shannon goes on to say, you can't tell me that Steve Kerr didn't save Michael's bacon. You can't tell me that Paxson didn't save Michael's bacon.
Michael Jordan has a teammate and Steve Kerr hit a shot. You ain't say, did he save his bacon? When John Paxson hit a shot, did he save his bacon? Only Luka and LeBron are allowed to have, can't have teammates.
And again, Skip just sits there quietly. Let's do some comparisons of big shots that were hit by teammates on LeBron's teams and Michael's teams. So the Steve Kerr shot that Shannon is referring to and that everybody knows about, especially since it was in The Last Dance, is the 1997 NBA Finals Game 6. Well, guess what? Number one, the Bulls were up 3-2 already. The Bulls were up 3-2 already. That's not saving somebody. The worst case scenario here is that they go to a game 7. By the way, the game was tied. The game was tied. The Bulls weren't down. It wasn't like Steve Kerr made a shot that lifted them from the deficit to put them in the lead. The game was already tied. And both teams would have multiple attempts to make shots after that shot. Important point 2. This was premeditated. Michael told Kerr, be ready when the double team comes on me. He knew he was going to get doubled. Michael knew he was going to get doubled, leaving Steve Kerr wide open. Michael made the correct play, the correct pass. He had faith in a teammate, and Steve Kerr hit a wide open shot. Steve Kerr had a whopping 9 points that game. Michael carried the team that game. And at the end of the game, Michael still had the class to give Steve Kerr credit for hitting the important shot. That's not LeBron's style, is it? That is a play being run and executed. That is not a bailout. What's the difference? Well, I'm so glad you asked. How about Ray Allen's shot against the Spurs? Well, there's a massive difference from the very beginning. The Heat were down 2-3 in the series. Do I really have to explain the difference when you're down and facing elimination versus being up? LeBron was at the brink of elimination, and a teammate saved him from being eliminated. Not only that, but LeBron failed his own attempt to avoid the elimination. LeBron took the shot. LeBron took the attempt to tie the game and failed. Chris Bosh, with an incredible rebound, passes out to a brilliant Ray Allen who is already backing up to the three-point line. Ray Allen hits an impossible shot. Ray Allen hits a miracle shot. That's a bailout. That's having your bacon saved. Now, because there might be some LeBron fans on here and they're not too quick, let me walk you through it again. A team up 3-2 versus a team down 2-3. A guy who premeditatedly decided he was going to pass to a teammate versus a guy who tried to take the shot and failed. Ray Allen's shot tied the game, sending them into overtime. Was LeBron incredible in overtime? No. Look at the play-by-play. Ray Allen sent them into overtime, and then Ray Allen won overtime for LeBron James, with some help from the referees, as usual. In fact, the more I relive this painful memory, James's bacon was saved multiple times by multiple people. The referees twice. This is a offensive foul by LeBron James, not called. This is a hack job, not called. How do you not call that at the end of overtime in the finals? Chris Bosh, with not just one, but two crucial blocks, pretty much everyone except for James doing things to help the Heat win. Okay, let's go back to Michael Jordan for the next example, because Shannon brought up Paxson hitting the shot. This would be the 1993 finals against the Suns, and this was again a game 6. And once again, the Bulls were up 3-2 in the series. Bulls were up 3-2 in the series. That is not facing elimination. That is not having your bacon saved. And again, this was not a failure on Michael's part where a teammate came to the rescue. This was MJ passing to another player who passed back out to the wide open Paxson. Gee, I wonder why these guys were so wide open. Maybe because they had MJ on the team. Furthermore, Michael scored all of the Bulls' points in that fourth period with the exception of that one shot. MJ finished with 33 points, 50% shooting from the field goal range, and 60% shooting from 3. Okay, going example for example, let's now go back to LeBron James. How about Kyrie's shot in Game 5 of the 2016 Finals? Guess what? They were down 1-3 to the Warriors. That again is facing elimination. That means someone saved you from elimination. Big difference from the two Bulls examples, the two MJ examples. And thanks to the league trying to push the LeBron story and wanting the series to go longer, Draymond was out in an absurd decision by the NBA. And the Warriors weren't allowed to play defense. They were looking frazzled. And despite all that, the Warriors still had the game tied 89-89. Kyrie comes down and hits just an impossible shot over excellent D by Steph Curry. And the Warriors, I still haven't forgiven them for this. They just failed on their next few attempts. I understand that they were frazzled, but still. I mean, it just changed everything. You want some specifics? How about LeBron shooting .286% field goal range, giving him 2 of 7 shots. He was 0% from 3 points, going 0 for 2, while Kyrie was 56% and 50% respectively. That's called being saved by a teammate. And I don't know if you want to include Kukoc in this whole thing because, you know, Kukoc was a great player and he made some important shots, but like the really big shots from what I'm finding, researching, were in that season that Michael wasn't playing. So if you want to say he saved anyone, he saved Pippen. And then they went on to lose that series. So this incredible success that the Bulls had without Michael was them being eliminated in the second round after they were already an established team with experience in the playoffs. And then you get eliminated in the second round. And by the next year, they had completely unraveled. Now, this makes me sound like I'm a hater of these players. Heck no. I love Steve Kerr. I love Paxson. I love Kukoc. But the problem is people trying to turn these guys into gods when all they did was make shots that they should make. By the way, does anyone else think it's a little bit funny that in MJ's entire career, people can point out like 2 or 3 shots that teammates made that were huge? I am not hating on his teammates. I just want sports journalists to be accurate and to be honest, because there is a difference between being saved and simply making a shot. There is a difference between facing elimination and not facing elimination. There is a difference between failing and having to have another player come to your rescue and a guy who was doing fine but allowed teammates to shoot. There's a difference between a guy like MJ who guarantees that he's going to be doubled and a teammate is open versus a Kyrie Irving who drains it in the face of a defender right in front of him. I guess my real point is that LeBron fans put as much effort into trying to make Michael's teammates into more than they were as they put the effort into trying to make all of LeBron's incredible teammates supposedly not be help. And this is a good teaser for a segment I've been working on for a while, a definitive analysis of the teammates of both of these players. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that episode, the Angry Old Hoops analysis of the teammates of Michael Jordan and LeBron James over their careers. Thanks for watching. Let me know if I was inaccurate about anything in this video, because unlike today's sports journalists, I actually care about being accurate.
You know what it is out here. You looked up through the top of your eye. You know what it is out here. You looked up through the top of your eye. You know what it is out here. You looked up through the top of your eye. You know what it is out here. You looked up through the top of your eye. You know